Hi, we're talking about the unseen realm. We're talking about the gates, access points to the unseen realm. Not all the access points, of course, as I'd love to hear some from you that you found. But here are a few that we've been pushing into here that have been really loud in my life, I think, that you can relate to. The first one we spoke about were dreams. And what I'd like to talk about now is rest. Rest, similar to peace. It says that we have a day of rest as He rested. Oftentimes, when I was younger, I used to think that that day of rest was something that, well, was actually something that was really a lot more, religious than any other day. And so for me as a kid, that was everything but a day of rest. It was actually a day of performance. Days that I had to do certain things, I had to dress up a certain way, had to act a certain way, and definitely could not fall asleep during. You know what I mean? As a kid, right? But actually, Sunday, we were not made for Sunday. We were not made to serve Sunday. Sunday was made for us. And, there's really a lot that can be built upon trust with the Lord. I think it's why He said, trust in the Lord with all your heart. We serve a beautifully jealous God. So jealous that He ordained time for us to rest. A lot of times we think about, it's easy to think about the things we're resting from, even as we rest. And it takes us some time to get into our thought process or the freedom that we experience when we rest. And we would call it like time to decompress, right? I need some time to decompress. We've got all kinds of really cool words for the time that it takes for us to enter into rest. But rest is not something that I believe we're called into. I believe rest is a place, let me rephrase that. While rest may be a place we are initially called into, eventually, I believe that we're invited to have the revelation that it's a place that we live from. It's not a place we live towards. And it brings us back to the unseen realm. It says that we are seated at the right hand of the Father. As Christ is, so are we in this world. I believe Christ is in rest. I believe we are invited into a place of rest. I believe we are invited to live from a place of rest. I believe we are invited to live from the unseen realm into the seen realm. I believe that in the unseen realm, it's a place where we discover the desires of our heart. The world has shaped the desires of our heart because of our sinful nature to delight in the world. The Lord does not say delight in the world and I will give you the desires of your heart. He says delight in me and I will give you the desires of your heart. Delight in me. And I believe that when we delight in the Lord, it takes us and transcends us in our mind and in our heart into a place of the unseen realm. How do we get into the unseen realm? What is a gate? A gate is to rest. What happens when we rest? We decompress. What happens after we decompress? Our minds actually start to become receptive to the intimacy that's available with us, with the Lord. This is assuming, of course, that it's not a place that we've learned how to live from. We have not learned how to live from a place of rest yet. But as we rest, I personally start to get exposed to Him. And as I rest from the worries, from the pressures, from the obligations, from the beliefs and the worship that I do of the world, when I rest from that, that is when I begin to taste and see that He is good. And what happens when we taste and see that He is good? I think we experience delight. And what happens when we delight? He gives us the desires of our heart. Take advantage of that day of rest. See if you can move that into some other time. A lot of times we believe that time with the Lord is like, what do you think Monday morning is about? What do you think Tuesday morning is about? It's not about strain and burden. It's about entering into that rest. It's about starting your day from a place of rest. It's about actually training our soul and encouraging our soul, edifying our soul to learn to live from a place of victory, from a place of unity, from a place of oneness with Him. The unseen realm is very important. So, bless you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Hang out a little longer. We're going to get into some other things soon. I'm going to keep tinkering and painting.